All right, I'm rolling, guys, so
Just
y'all can fire away.
Talk about coming off that rough road trip. Great win Thursday. Then you got I guess, legs, tired, energy slacking. What?
Right. Well, we don't really want to use that as an excuse
Right, yeah.
because the trip was long.
Yeah.
We did have a very hard time of getting out of Monroe and not knowing if we were going to fly out. It's canceled. It's not canceled. You get on the flight and then you get to Houston. You miss your connection and then you have 16 going one way and 5 of us going another way. And we don't get in till late. I mean, really late, 19-hour trip. So it made it very, very hard for me, especially being the head coach of the team and being separated from the girls. The moment the first plane took off, now I'm nervous because I'm separated from the young people that I'm responsible for. But once we got there, we just got in, and the first thing we could do was just rest. And we had no practice that whole day in order to prepare for Idaho the following day. Of course, our legs were heavy. All those things could have played a huge part. But our kids got down early with down 20 points, and we just found the right people at the right time with the correct energy to get it done. And once we got it done, I think we kind of felt good about ourselves coming back from a 20-point deficit. And then we get there to Seattle and didn't play well at all. Who's to say that it was tired legs or the trip itself? But yet and still, there is no excuse. You have to be prepared and ready to go for what the trip might be.
Any relief that you never have to make that trip again?
Just look at me. I'm happy. I'm happy because then it took us forever to get home. It took us forever just to get to Seattle, Houston, Shreveport, and sit down in Ruston, Louisiana. But it took us a long time to be able to do that as well. But the trip is over, and I'm just being totally honest. It was like a trip from hell, to hell, under hell, around hell. We finally got out of hell. But at least we're home, we're safe, and that's really the biggest part.
Every game's big, Spoon, but how big are these two games this weekend?
You're right. Every game is big, but these two are so big to take care of home. But most importantly, we cannot get a tremendous spread away from Seattle. We're in a 4-way tie for third place right now. We just cannot get too far away. These teams are very good. They're playing very good basketball. They put up great numbers. We're just going to have to be solid defensively every time we step out. We have to take the challenge, and we have to take the challenge from the very beginning of the game. Be a full 40-minute team, not a second-half team. It's hard when you get yourself down in those big deficits and try to come back.
You've already played Diamond forward, but now you get the other two, really, I guess, like the top scorers, at least numbers-wise, in San Jose State and Utah State, Cunningham and the Utah State slot. Just talk about having played Diamond forward, can you take anything and use it to these other two top scorers?
Well, every time you play someone, you have to take the challenge. We've played just about every team we played all year long. There's been someone who can really score the basketball. We're looking for that defender who wants to take on that challenge and not so much to stop the player, but at least contain. Do all the little things to make every shot that they take a difficult shot, not a wide open shot. And that's what we're going to have to do. We have to make sure our transition defense is better than what it has been. And being an individual defensive player, being disciplined defensively. And then collectively, we get it done.